I never thought I'd be the guy sitting alone on a Friday night, wondering where the hell his wife was. It's not like we had some explosive, toxic marriage or anything like that. Nah, we were normal. Or at least I thought we were. We had routines. Bills were paid. Groceries in the fridge. Netflix at night. I run a small HVAC business out here in Fort Worth, Texas. Summers are brutal, so I'm working long days in crawl spaces and attics while the AC units scream for mercy. Not glamorous, but it's honest work. It pays the mortgage, keeps food on the table, gas in both cars, and lets my wife shop without having to check her bank app twice. Her name's Rachel. She used to be a nurse. Good at it too, but she burned out after COVID hit. That mess wrecked her mentally, so I supported her stepping away. No complaints from me. She stayed home for a while, then picked up a part-time job at a boutique shop downtown, just to feel productive again. Cool, I was all for it. I figured we'd build life back slowly, find our rhythm again. But looking back now, that's when the shift started. She got real close with two coworkers, Tasha and Heather, both single, both living that DU girl lifestyle. You know the type. Always posting on Instagram about self-care Sundays, and men don't own us. Whatever. That's their life. But it started bleeding into mine. Rachel started dressing different. Not bad, just younger. Shorter skirts, tighter tops. She said she wanted to feel confident again. I told her she looked great because she did, but I could tell it wasn't for me. She stopped asking what I thought. Hell, she stopped noticing if I noticed. At first, it was little things. She'd stay out late on Friday nights for girls' night, and I didn't think much of it. I mean, I'm not insecure. I trust her. I'm tired as hell on Fridays anyway. I'd eat leftovers, crack a beer, catch the Rangers game, and call it night. But then she started coming back at 2 or 3 in the morning. A couple of times, she didn't come home at all, and that stung. I'd wake up, walk through the house, and it was like a ghost town. No note, no text, not even a damn emoji. She'd show up the next morning with some excuse. We had a few too many and crashed at Tasha's. Said it like it was nothing. No apology. Just tired eyes and a hangover. I never caused a scene. I just nod, make coffee, and head out for my Saturday service calls. But inside, man, I was boiling. Not from jealousy, from disrespect. I bust my ass every single day to keep us steady, and she's out pretending she's 22 again with no one to answer to. And maybe that's the thing. She didn't feel like she had anyone to answer to anymore. One night, I tried talking to her. Calmly, I said, "Hey, can you just shoot me a quick text if you're not coming home? Just so I'm not up worrying." She rolled her eyes and said, "You're not my dad, Eric." That hit different. I didn't say anything else. I just walked out to the backyard, sat on the deck, and let that sentence sit with me for a while. The truth is, something shifted between us, and not in a loud, dramatic way. It was slow, silent, but deep, like she unplugged herself from this marriage and forgot to mention it. Her affection faded too. She used to grab my hand when we drive, sit on my lap while I worked late on invoices. Little stuff. That all stopped. These days, I'd kiss her forehead and she'd flinch like it was a bug landing on her. I started paying attention more. When she got home from work, she'd go straight to her phone. Messages from Nick, that guy from her boutique, would light up her screen. I asked her who he was once. "Oh, Nick? He's married." "Chill out," she said, laughing like I was paranoid. But something about how fast she brushed it off made me not want to chill out. That Friday night was the last straw. It was the third Friday in a row that she left without saying where she was going. No mention at breakfast, nothing at lunch, not even when she walked past me while I was fixing the garbage disposal. She had her makeup done, heels on, purse swinging. I asked, "Going out again?" She barely turned around. "Yeah, just with the girls. I'll be back later." No kiss. No, "I love you." Just like that, gone. I waited up. Midnight passed. 1 a.m. 2. I checked her Instagram. There she was doing shots with Tasha and Nick. Caption said, "Vibes only." Vibes? That was it for me. I stared at my phone, heart pounding, and I realized something crystal clear. She doesn't respect me anymore. And you know what? That's worse than cheating. You can forgive a mistake. You can't forgive someone erasing you from their life while you're still living in the same damn house. I stood up, walked to the kitchen, and wrote a note on the fridge. I didn't yell. I didn't call her. I just grabbed a Sharpie and scribbled the words that had been building up inside me for months. You want freedom? Find someone else to support it. I'm done. Then I circled my name underneath it, Eric. I stood there, staring at it for a moment, then turned off the lights, went to bed, and slept like a man who had finally made peace with himself. I didn't expect to feel so calm the next morning. You'd think I'd be angry, pacing the living room, maybe breaking something. But nah, I felt this weird sense of stillness, like my brain finally stopped yelling over itself. The silence wasn't empty, it was clarity. Sunlight came through the blinds. It was around 7 a.m. I got up, made myself a coffee like I always do. But this time, something was different. I didn't check my phone. I didn't check the front door to see if she came home. I didn't wonder where she was. I didn't care, because I knew exactly what I needed to do. I sipped that coffee in silence, looked around the kitchen, the granite countertops I worked overtime to afford, the fridge covered in photos from when we were still us. A picture from Galveston Beach, one from our road trip to Arizona. I stared at them like they were someone else's life. In a way, they were. That woman, the one smiling in those pictures, she's been gone a long time. She just hadn't moved out yet. And me? I had nothing left to give. So, I went into autopilot. First, the money. I grabbed my laptop and logged into our joint account. We had a savings account together and another one tied to my HVAC business, where all the real money came in. I moved fast, not out of fear, out of purpose. I took 80% of the joint account and transferred it to a private savings account under my name only. Why 80%? Because I knew exactly what I'd earned, down to the penny. Every busted AC unit, every furnace cleaned, every July spent sweating in crawl spaces. That money had my name all over it. She was out taking selfies and doing shots. I was out laying ductwork in 104-degree heat. Then I deactivated her debit card, locked her out of online banking, changed the PIN to my business credit card, called my CPA, and told him to prepare the paperwork for separating assets. No drama, just info. Done. Next, my essentials. I packed a small duffel bag, 3 pairs of jeans for shirts, my boots, some socks and boxers, toothbrush, razor, cologne, my Glock, just in case, and all my documents, passport, social security card, business license, health insurance papers. Everything important went in that bag. I wasn't leaving forever. I just wasn't staying there for her. That house wasn't a home anymore. It was a damn performance stage, and I was done playing the silent husband. I locked the master bedroom behind me, not out of pettiness, just so she'd know something was different when she walked in. When a woman's been living selfishly, the absence of something hits harder than any confrontation. I wanted her to feel the shift. And then I looked at the fridge again. The note I wrote the night before was still there, stuck with that little cactus magnet she bought from Sedona. You want freedom? Find someone else to support it. I'm done. It looked even better in the morning light. No calls. No texts. She still hadn't messaged me. Not even a lazy, "Where are you?" or "Sorry, I crashed." Nothing. That silence? That told me everything I needed to know. So I left the house with no noise. Just closed the front door behind me, got into my truck, and pulled out of the driveway like I was going to work. Only difference? I didn't take the route to any job site. I took the I-20 West and drove 45 minutes to Weatherford, where my buddy Caleb owns a piece of land with a detached guest house. He's got horses, chickens, a fire pit, total peace. I call him on the way. "Hey man, I might need to crash for a bit. You cool with that?" He didn't even hesitate. "You bring the beer, I got the space." That's real brotherhood. No 20 questions. No judgment. Just a place to land. Meanwhile, back at the house. I don't know exactly what time she got back that Saturday, but I can picture it. She probably walked in barefoot, heels in her hand, makeup smudged, phone in her other hand, still texting whoever. Opened the fridge for some juice, and then, boom. There's the note. There's the silence. There's the cold kitchen with no me in it. Then she probably tried her card, maybe to buy DoorDash or gas or whatever, and got declined. First confusion, then panic. Tried her banking app, locked. Tried calling me, no answer. Sent a text, left on read. That's when it hits. That's when silence becomes louder than a scream. She texted me 5 times that day. "Eric, what the hell is this? Where are you? This isn't funny. Can we talk? I just went out for one night." I don't get why you're being so dramatic. Let me pause here, because that last text, that's the one that showed me just how far gone she was. Dramatic? Nah, sweetheart. Dramatic is going out 3 weekends in a row, lying by omission, treating your marriage like it's a leash, and calling it fun. Me leaving wasn't drama. It was accountability. I didn't respond. I just sat on Caleb's porch that evening, watching the sun dip down over the trees, listening to chickens peck around, holding a beer in one hand and a grilled bratwurst in the other. No noise, no tension, no guessing games, just peace. Monday morning came fast, and guess who showed up in my office? Yup, Rachel. She came in like nothing was wrong. Walked right past the front desk like she owned the place. My assistant Shelby stopped her halfway down the hall. She's not on your calendar today, she told me through the intercom. I said, loud enough so Rachel could hear. If it's not business, I don't have time for it. Rachel froze in her tracks. I stepped out of my office, didn't even break my stride. Just looked at her and said, "You're not welcome here. I'm serious. We're not talking here. We're not talking now." She tried to speak, but I was already walking back into my office. The door clicked behind me. End of conversation. That's when it hit her. It's not about one night. It's about a pattern. A woman who treats her husband like an afterthought is always surprised when he finally disappears. She thinks because he was quiet for so long, he'll never actually leave. But the quiet ones? When they walk out, they never look back. And that's exactly what I was doing. I wasn't ghosting her. I was just choosing self-respect over comfort. I had no hate, no rage, just done. Final thoughts from this part of my story. Men like me, we don't scream. We don't throw plates. We don't make scenes. We plan. We execute. And when we leave, it's clean. She got her fun. I got my freedom. And for the first time in a long time, I slept through the night. It took her about 3 weeks to stop pretending she wasn't bothered. At first, Rachel played it cool. That whole "I don't need him" attitude. Posting solo selfies with ridiculous captions like "healing looks good on me" and "soft life loading." Cute little boomerangs with her wine glass clinking against Tasha's, smiles too wide to be real. You know the game. She thought ignoring reality would delay the crash. But the thing is, silence gets loud when no one's there to fill it. And mine was deafening. I didn't block her. I didn't engage either. I just removed myself. I'd moved into a small, furnished rental in Arlington. 1 bedroom, clean space, quiet neighbors close to my job sites. It wasn't fancy, but felt like mine. I didn't wake up to tension anymore. No more eggshells. No more guessing what version of her I'd get that day. Just peace. And let me tell you something, peace is addictive. Meanwhile, she was unraveling. It started with little things. One morning, I got a message from our lawn guy, Jose. He's been cutting our yard for 3 years. "Hey, Eric, just checking. Do I still come by this week?" Rachel said she doesn't know when you're paying. I texted him back. "Hey, brother, cancel all services at that address. She's on her own now." He replied with just a grimacing face. That was the beginning. Then the water heater broke. I know because she texted me. "Eric, the water's not heating. It's freezing. You know who I should call?" I stared at the message for a full minute. Not mad. Not bitter, just tired. I replied, "You might try Nick. He seems to enjoy the heat." Left it at that. No follow-up. No more explanations. Then came the house bills. She was still living in the same 3-bedroom house in Fort Worth. The one I paid for, maintained, and stocked for nearly a decade. But now, reality was showing up like an eviction notice. Her boutique job didn't cover half the mortgage, let alone the electric, Wi-Fi, groceries, or that $78 hair appointment she never skipped. And she damn sure didn't budget for things like car maintenance or HOA fees. I know because she emailed me 3 weeks in. "Can we at least talk about how to split bills until things are settled?" I feel like I'm drowning here. No greeting, no apology, just desperation in a Gmail draft. I read it twice, then archived it. That was her problem now. I already left my message. On the fridge, in cash, and in silence. I didn't know her a second goodbye. The friend's circle vanished too. Tasha stopped coming around. Heather took a job in Austin. Nick? Turns out, he had a girlfriend the whole time and wasn't nearly as fun when Rachel wasn't part of the party crew anymore. Suddenly, All those Friday nights out turned into Thursday evenings alone with a microwave meal and no one to text but me, and I wasn't answering. She probably paced the same floors I laid with my own two hands. Cooked in the same kitchen I remodeled. Slept in the bed I bought when we first got married. Only now it all felt colder. The furniture didn't keep her warm. Because that's what happens when a woman confuses security with control. She thought I'd always be there, no matter how she acted. She thought a good man equals a patient man, and it does for a while. But once a man hits that quiet point of no return, you can scream into the void all you want. He won't come back. By month 2, I was different. Not just emotionally, physically too. I started sleeping better. Waking up early, lifting again, eating clean. Got a fresh haircut, trimmed the beard. Hell, I even started whitening my teeth. Not because I wanted to impress anyone, but because it felt good to look in the mirror and see a man coming back to himself. And wouldn't you know it, the world noticed. One of my clients, Julia, a real estate agent I've worked with before, reached out to schedule a repair on her vacation property. She said her AC unit went out, and she needed help ASAP. We'd always had friendly conversation before, but this time, something clicked. We talked, and we talked some more. Next thing I know, she's asking if I'd join her for a drink. Nothing fancy, just a bourbon tasting and grapevine. I said sure. Why not? One date turned into 2, then 5. She wasn't flashy or fake. She asked about my day and actually listened. She laughed at my dumb jokes. She paid for her own food without turning it into a statement. No games, just mutual respect. It felt foreign and damn refreshing. Back on Rachel's side, the text shifted. No more demanding. Now it was soft, regretful. She'd hit rock bottom, and it showed in every message. Hey, just wanted to say I miss you. I didn't mean for things to go this way. I still love you, Eric. I was just overwhelmed. Please call me. Each message got shorter, sadder, desperate. One morning, she sent a photo. It was an old picture of us from 3 years ago, me holding her on our anniversary in Big Bend, sunset in the background. She captioned it. I thought we were forever. I'm sorry I forgot how to love you right. You know what I did? I stared at that picture for a long time. Not with hate, not with longing, just clarity. I remembered who I was in that photo. A man doing everything to keep a marriage alive. A man begging with actions, not words. A man who was taken for granted. I put the phone down, got dressed, and went out with Julia for brunch. And now I sleep in a bed that feels light. I laugh more. I breathe deeper. I don't wait for permission to be happy. I don't walk on eggshells or sit in a driveway rehearsing conversations. I don't get random 1 a.m. texts that say, "Come home, please." Because I already did. I came home to myself. And Rachel? She's still in that same house, holding on to a memory that doesn't want her back. She asked for freedom. I gave her forever.